Hi everybody, Peter here. I am fresh back from my first ever trip to the Emerald Isle in Dublin. And in this video, we're going to take a look at some of the comic shops that I saw when I was there. Now, Dublin was incredible. I had a fantastic time and there are more videos on my channel about all of that. What I did was I had a quick look around the souvenir type shops. I engaged in some of the local pastime, drinking sexy Guinness. And then, as I say, we looked in some good comic shops. And I also met up with some YouTube buddies, which was amazing and the highlight of the trip. Now, the shops that I went to were spectacular. I'm not going to talk about this one. This is the Lego shop. I friggin' hate Lego, so we're not talking about that. But in this vid, we're going to talk about the Disney store, which was epic. We're going to talk about Elevation, music, movies and comics, and Forbidden Planet International. And we're also going to talk about Subcity Comics, which has got an incredible back issue section, and my favourite, Dublin City Comics. Now, when I was there, I also attended Dublin Comic Con, and there's a separate video all about that on my channel. Please check it out. Let's start off with the Disney store. And oh my god, this place was amazing. It's got your usual standard Disney store stuff upstairs, but then downstairs, it's just a basement of excitement and thrills. Look at how happy these guys are. So it's got some incredible artwork on display, some amazing mannequins and life-size busts and things, like this Iron Man here, which I thought was stunning. There was a huge Hulk on the way down into the basement, and as I've said, some stunning things to look at. Now, I've been in a lot of Disney stores, but I have to say, this was probably one of the most impressive. It had a whole array of different stuff. Like I said, lots of great kind of photo opportunities with different Marvel characters and some Star Wars characters in the back there. You had your usual Disney store kind of stuff, t-shirts and different things like that. I was really happy to see some graphic novels on display for sale as well. That's a nice touch. Now, there was some stunning stuff on this back wall here. You could get some really cool Spider-Man 2099 reduced things, and like I say, some t-shirts and stuff like that. I was particularly impressed with this lot. I've never seen an Infinity Gauntlet Black Panther glove, which was cool, and of course that lovely looking Captain Carter shield. Overall, this is the best Disney store I've been in, I think, and I really would recommend you check it out if you're in Dublin. Next, we've got Elevation, music, movies and comics. This was a lovely little store, nice find. It had a whole array of different stuff on display for your perusal pleasure. We've got a load of anime stuff there, some great Marvel action figures, some really cool DC figures as well. There was a massive selection, so basically you could fill your boots, whether you like anime, comic books, whatever. There was something there for you, I am sure. I particularly liked some of these double pack Marvel figures, and I think the prices were pretty reasonable as well. There was a good selection of graphic novels for you to delve into, ranging from Marvel, DC and indies, and I had some nice looking Transformers. Love them. As everywhere you go these days, there's loads of bloody pops. Not my cup of tea, but if you like that kind of thing, there was a good selection for you. They had a nice selection of comic books, and as you can see here, I had a bit of a flick through, and I did come away with 3 or 4 issues for my Incredible Hulk run. So yeah, nice books. Elevation, music, movies and comics, great store, check it out. Next, we've got Forbidden Planet International. Worth mentioning that this is international because there are 2 different Forbidden Planet stores here in the UK. This was cool. Whole host of great stuff. You can see here, I was excited to see some Hot Toys. Never seen that Carnage figure in real life, so it tempted us. And I like this zombie Iron Man from one of the Spider-Man movies. So yeah, some great figures, but as ever with Forbidden Planet International, you're paying a premium price. These figures on average were about €100 more expensive than the ones you'd get on other sites or on eBay, which I think is a big kick in the nuts for Forbidden Planet. They need to get the pricing strategy sorted. But there was a great selection of different figures, different books, horror figures, pop culture figures. This was really sexy. I like this. I don't want to collect this scale, man. Stop it, Peter. Look away. These were really cool again. Some lovely little statues. And again, these were really tempting. More friggin' pops. God, I hate them. But as with most Forbidden Planets, you have a good selection of graphic novels and comic books, and the prices on these are really reasonable. Only downside is obviously they don't come bagged and boarded. So you got to take a bit of a good time looking at Forbidden Planet comics because sometimes it can be dinged a bit. Whole selection of Marvel Legends figures, some of them reduced but still quite pricey, and I really like these Invincible figures. I'm not collecting these, but I think I probably need to because they're sexy. I keep saying that, Super Adaptoid. I like it a lot. So yeah, some great stuff, great selection, but it is your typical Forbidden Planet. You've got to be prepared to pay the price in there. Okay, canny shop, but we needed some liquid refreshment, so Guinness. Next, we went to Subcity Comics. Now, this is a shop I've heard about. Bloody hell, it blew us away. This place was friggin' amazing. If you're in Dublin and you're a comic book fan, you have got to check this place out. Along the top of the entire top floor, kind of above the normal comics, you have a whole selection of what I would class as key books. The prices on them were pretty good indeed, and there's all kinds of stuff there from early Marvels and DCs, everything you could take your fancy really. They've got an amazing selection of graphic novels on display, so again, anything you want is probably in this shop. It is packed with sexy goodness, and like I say, a whole host of keys for you to spend a long time just kind of drooling over. Now, the excitement starts when you go downstairs, and this is probably one of the most impressive back issue shops I've ever seen. Oh, I recognise him. That's that bloke from Killer Comic Show. Anyway, so yeah, this has got an incredible, I mean, look, just look at all of these short boxes full to the brim of comics. In fact, what I would say is this place is overwhelming. We didn't have enough time to kind of really delve into this place. You need, I would say, a good day if you want to fill your boots. This is a must visit if you're in Dublin, ladies and gents. The shop is friggin' phenomenal. I love it. Love it. Just look at that sexiness, man. Next, we visited Dublin City Comics. Now, I have to say, I think as much as I love the last place, this is my favourite shop because it's got an array of everything you might want. Tons of comics, tons of action figures, pop culture kind of stuff, like you've got your Star Trek there. We love a bit of Star Trek. You've got all kinds of loose figures, carded figures, vintage figures, action play sets, Transformers. Look at that Prime. Look at that Prime. You know, there's just everything. And that sexy is out, mind, isn't it? Look at that Batmobile. Only difficulty I had with this shop is there was so much stuff I wanted to buy and I didn't want to transport it home on the plane. So I think I will again have to go back to this shop and pick some more stuff up because it's just amazing. Loads of Transformers, really nice looking. I like the look of this Soundwave, looking very cool. And Power Rangers galore, action figures galore, loose figures, carded figures. Look at that. That's a fort from the original Brave Star. That was €200. That's lush. I should have bought that. And then we've got some modern figures as well. So some great stuff. Wrestlers, if you're into wrestling, there's loads for you to get stuck into. A great array of Titles figures, if that's your bag. Some of the originals as well there. And some G.I. Joe or Action Force for my UK viewers. Some really nice figures there. I loved this horror setup. Some excellent action figures that I haven't seen before. Not seen some of them. And a whole array of Marvel Legends loose figures for you to get stuck into. Now, I did pick up a real Ghostbusters figure when I was there, so really pleased to have that in my collection. This shop, ladies and gents, blew me away. The prices were incredibly reasonable. The staff were very friendly. It had comics, graphic novels, toys. What more do you want? Do you know what I mean? This again is a must visit if you go to Dublin. I really do recommend you get your teeth stuck into this place because it's mint. Okie dokie, that's my visit to Ireland. Highlight, seeing some of my good pals, having a few Guinnesses and just having a great time. Really would recommend you visit the Emerald Isle. It is a great place and I had mega fun. Okay, that's your whack. Let us know if you've been to any of these shops and what you think of them, and we will catch you next time. Take care.